Hey, everybody. It's Two Likeable Guys. I'm Steve, and this is my awesome, great friend and co-host,
Josh.
And we hope you're doing well. We've missed you. We've been away for a little while. Hadn't had a lot of time on our spare hands to... Wait, do you have a spare hand?
I was going to say, I don't have any spares.
Yeah, I don't have any spare time, and I wish I had a spare hand sometimes. So, but nonetheless, did you hear that they're coming out with this new fragrance? It's and you control it with your mind.
No.
Yeah, it really it makes sense if you think about it. Get it? Sense.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. I think I've got a problem.
Oh, I know you got problems.
I know I do too. But I was driving down the road. Actually, I was down at the stop sign. Well, I can tell you where it was. I don't care. At the stoplight at Dayton Boulevard and East Newberry. There's only really technically one lane there. But a guy pulled to my right on a motorcycle. And when the light turned green, I thought he would turn right. No. He turned left, and he was all squiggly and wiggly and got over in my lane, so I had to stop from killing the man. And he took off. And so I was a little upset at this point.
Hey, now, those laws, they don't apply to motorcyclists.
Evidently, this guy, they didn't.
Traffic rules?
So,
Pshaw.
I pulled up beside him, and I told him that I didn't appreciate it, and said he was, not kin to nice people, and
Did you give him the business?
I gave him some business, yes, and I'm sad to say I did. I just got really mad. The funny part is that it's like right after this, he tried to take off and leave, but he was on some scrawny twin-cylinder beginner's bike, and he couldn't outrun my minivan, which is funny in itself. So I get down the road, and I'm sitting there telling him the business, and he points to his ear like, got a helmet on, I can't hear you. And then I make some extremely...
Did you give him some sign language?
I gave him some suggestive hand-eye coordination readings. I don't know how to say that any better. But I really let him know that I wasn't happy. And so he went on. And I was like, okay, well, I was starting to calm down. I really wanted to catch up with him and just, give him some more business. But I was like, no, okay, let him go. I've been down this road before. It doesn't end well. So he slowed up and waited on me because I drifted back. I was wanting him to go on because I didn't want any more to do. But he slowed down and waited on me, and he got up beside me. And I told him basically he was not smart and he needed help. And he looked over at me. He pointed at himself. He made a heart gesture and pointed at me and rode off.
You should have blew him a kiss.
And I blew... I had done blown a gasket at this point. I wasn't blowing no kisses. But I turned off. He went on. But you do not turn. At this intersection, you cannot turn if you're in... There's one lane to begin with. There's not two lanes. Sometimes you can get by if you pull down beside somebody and turn right. But if you turn left right in front of somebody, you're asking to get run over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, so how you been?
I've been good. I suffered through a bunch of idiotic drivers this past week also.
Any good stories?
No,
or just
didn't have any stories. It was all just... It was a bunch of people driving like idiots this past week.
I think when the temperature goes up a little bit, people are just on edge a little more and a little more mad, a little more angry about life. And I know I am, and I feel bad. I wish I could not, but that's not even the worst scenario that I have to tell you. I had to go downtown, and I was in one of these huge parking garages downtown, and everybody was going around. It was packed, and so I pull up, and I was really too close, but a guy's backing up right in front of the entrance, and I'm like, yes. But the guy behind me was right on my tail. So I pull up and back up, kind of catty-cornered right. I'm still in front of the guy, but I'm letting this guy back out. Well, once the guy in the parking space backs out, the guy behind me zooms up to take the spot. I really didn't think this happened in real life. I've heard of this happening, but I thought, really, there's nobody that mean or stupid to do this. So I proceed to honk, and I pull up beside him, and I said, hey, what do you think you're doing? Why are you taking that spot I waited for?
That had your name on it.
Well, he said, well, I didn't know what you were doing, so I was just going to park there.
Did he say it just like that?
Real close. Real close. I mean, I don't think him was city folk. Not that I'm anything, but I just think he can't. Well, I don't want to.
You figure he had to come across the mountain to get here?
One or two.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. 2 mountains.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And so I said, fine, buddy, what, you take the spot, not smart person. And I drove up around, and luckily, and I was blessed to find a spot just as good on the next level up, which ended up working out better. But the whole time I was doing what I had to do there, I couldn't help but to think, I'm going to come out the 4 slash tires, because I gave this guy the business too. But luckily, when I came out, the tires were all up. He was gone, because I looked to see if he was still there, because I was going to tell him how smart I thought he was.
He's going to leave him a note.
Yeah, a note. So, anyway. But, that's kind of funny. Glad nothing came of it, because, man, it just gets stupid when I'm driving sometimes. But, and those events may or may not be truthful or fictional. The names of the people may have been changed, to protect the innocent.
We're going to have to add on to our road rage episode.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start. And I bet a couple other things happened, but really what I want to get into with you is talking a little bit about, the podcast started off like gangbusters, man. We were going great. We were rolling. We were doing an episode about every week or two, I believe. And about a year ago this month, I lost my place that I rented from to work out of. So after 21 years.
That's what I was going to ask you. At least 20 years there, I figured, yeah.
After 21 years and 4 months on a month-to-month lease, with 2 weeks' notice is what they gave me to get out. No reason why other than their corporate policy changed. So I was like, okay. Whatever. So I've got to find a place. I mean, I was furious, but I was like, I just got to find a place. So I looked, and at that time, there was nothing to rent. And finally, I came across a building that I thought I could maybe buy. And if I could buy it, then I could probably work out of it and renovate it. And that's been a huge, long process. But I've got a building. I had a building for about 6-8 months now. But having problems getting it all up and going. But we are very close. We are within I'd say a month, and I'll be working out of it. I hope it looks like.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, there's just tons of problems with the building and stuff, and have to go through, and I don't want to get into all that. But then on top of that, back getting around. So I've been working out of a temporary spot. Thankful for some great people that I know. I don't want to disclose the everything because I want to give it away because I'm still having to do a little bit.
Top secret location.
Yes, the top secret location that's allowing me to just basically stay afloat and get my main customers taken care of. And so it's been really nice of them. I mean, I love these people so much. They have been nothing but awesome to me when I needed it the most. And then I just want to get that out. But then come around, let's say it's around Thanksgiving. I think the week before Thanksgiving, this is a whole story in itself. I'll get to the point. My wife had a stroke, actually had 3 strokes, and we didn't know what was going on for about the first 2 weeks, and then finally realized what happened, and she lost some abilities at the time, and we'll have to get her on here sometime and talk about all the things she went through because she lost some vision in her left eye. She lost coordination. She couldn't walk at first. She had a wheelchair at first, but then she quickly moved to a walker and then to a cane, and now she's can walk again. So that's a big, huge blessing.
Did you get her one of those big Pimp Daddy canes?
She got one with flowers on it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to get her one of those hurricanes.
Oh.
If you're old, you know what that is. It's really a name of a...
I thought you was making a joke.
No.
I want to get her a hurricane.
No, they're called hurricanes, and they've got like 4 feet on the bottom of them, and yeah, there's all kinds of infomercials been about them for years.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, us older folk will have to learn about it more and more. So anyway, she lost one of the funny things, you try to see the humor in everything that happens. We were in the hospital, and I was basically stayed at the hospital as much as they'd let me, still with COVID protocols and stuff. It was time limited, but they did let me in and see her. She unfortunately couldn't see Luke that whole time. He wasn't allowed to come in there. And Luke is my son. He will be 3 years old in just a couple weeks. But she was in there, laying in bed, and she's asked me for some, the different toiletries and what, and she was putting on some deodorant. She had lost some function in her, I won't say function, I'll say dexterity, because she could still move it, but she just couldn't control her left arm that great. And so she like normal, put deodorant on under her left arm with her right hand. And then when she went to put it under her right arm with her left hand, that worked. But then she went to set the deodorant down on the counter. And when she went to release it, she just threw it across the room. She didn't mean to, but she thought it was funny at the time too. And so it's okay to laugh. Because it was a real quiet, hospital room, and everybody's real quiet and everything, and all of a sudden you hear this clang, 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 and it was the deodorant flying across the room. Either that, or she was secretly mad at me and just decided to throw something.
Well, that's what I was wondering. It'd be a nice little cover story.
It would.
It just got away from me.
It's possible. Anything's possible. So, not only dealing with not having a shop, but having to help, out just a little more around the house than I'm not good at that and at all. And I don't claim to be great at helping out around the house, but we got by, we got through that. And the good news of the story is you couldn't tell if I if you saw her and talked to her, you couldn't tell she's had a stroke now, other than maybe a little bit of a limp and a little bit of dexterity in that left hand, but the vision all improved. And I would say she's a good 98, 99% back to where she was.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's the real good news. But then we just had problem after problem with and the family, the whole family just, and you can, you've had a little deal with this, I believe, as, we all just got through, our first, battle with COVID.
Oh yeah.
So
that hit our household, here, mid-January.
Yeah.
That was fun times.
Yeah. Well, I'm only a few weeks removed from ours, and the sad thing is, well, Jessica got it first, but her test was negative at first. And so we thought, okay, well, that test was negative. It's fine. And then Luke, my son, started acting all like fevery and just not happy and just miserable acting. And so we took him to the doctor when he had a bad fever all night, and they said, we'll run these tests. And so it was the next day. They said, oh, it's COVID. And we're like, oh crap. So my wife retook a test. She had COVID. I took a test. I had COVID. And it was the worst thing. I mean, I can't imagine what these people that have been hospitalized have dealt with, because it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
Just what you had.
Just what I had.
Right.
And they gave me some medication that's supposed to prevent me from going into the hospital because I had extenuating circumstances that could lead me to be hospitalized.
Right.
So, and I don't know if it was that or what that really helped, but I didn't go to the hospital, luckily. And, but the worst thing about it was that first day that I had the onset of symptoms, I was so cold. I could not get warm. And that is the worst thing. I don't know. It's one of the worst things ever. I had the heat all the way up. I was covered in blankets and I was freezing, which was probably a really terrible thing to do, is be all covered up when you've got a fever like that and stuff. But I just couldn't stand it. I was just miserable. Then after that, the tiredness.
Right.
The fatigue. I mean, I'm still having lingering effects, I believe, of the fatigue. But last week and this week, I've been feeling a lot better. So
well, that's good.
Anything new? So, well, anything. Before I get into that, I want to say that's a few of the reasons why we haven't been as regular on the podcast as we'd like. But hopefully we're getting back into the swing of things, and we still have some big things coming up. I mean, we have some great giveaways going on. We're going to have some more giveaways. We're going to have tickets to give away to our buddies Eric's concert here in Chattanooga, and more details will come out about that. We'll hopefully get him back on here and tell us, or maybe somebody else in the know. But I made good on my promise, and I purchased some tickets to give away, and I'm thinking that he may give us some more to give away.
Man,
I'm going to ask him. He may say no, so I've still got some to give away. But I'm hoping to get a backstage pass and a meet and greet, and I want to talk to the band and watch them come out, and hell, I want to jump up stage and play with them.
Yeah, I was going to say you'll sit in on one, don't you?
No, I'd be too scared to do that, but I would love to see what it's like and be able to give a play-by-play of how it, what it went through and how it gets up there.
I don't think they play your style of music that you play. Well,
funny you say that. I've been listening to him just because of our friend Eric Crazy Legs. I've been listening to him more and more, and that they have a real soulful sound that I can enjoy and appreciate.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so, and that one song he does is really, really catchy. Where I Find God. If you've listened to that, oh my gosh, it's like it just hits home really, really well.
Yeah,
and it's because he talks about it's at a bar stool and whatnot. It's just where he finds God. I thought it was great, good stuff, really good stuff. I don't know what that was. But so yeah, so I think we're almost all caught up. So hopefully we'll have a big. Hey, in my place, and this is secret insider information. If it's still up, I've put up a Two Likeable Guys banner on the fence at the new location, the hopefully new location of Classic Auto Care, if everything goes smooth. Hey, and
so there you go. We got a scavenger hunt right there now. If you see the sign, send us a message.
Yep. And if you are, you know what? I think I've got some right here. I've got some first edition Two Likeable Guys t-shirts. Very limited in sizes. But if you're the first one to message us and tell us where that banner is, message us at TwoLikeableGuys@gmail.com. TwoLikeableGuys, spell it out like it sounds, at gmail.com. First one to message us will win. I got some t-shirts and some maybe some stickers or something I can give away too.
Man, I ain't even got no stickers yet. You gonna give them away?
Yeah, man. I got you covered. I've got them all. I had them because when I moved, I had all that stuff at the shop, and in the midst of moving, I had to put them up in a box, and
I finally got packed up.
So I've got the box now. So next time I run into you, if you want a sticker or something, ask me. I got them. As long as I'm in my truck, I've got them. They're not big. They're really cute little stickers. Maybe get some bigger ones. We need some big bumper stickers, like maybe some window stickers that go across the windshield, like Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights, and
yeah,
Two Likeable Guys across the windshield instead of. Didn't he have Fig Newtons or something on there? I don't know.
I can't remember what it was. Wonder Bread or Fig Newtons or something. Yeah.
Wonder Bread? Maybe Wonder Bread. Yeah. Man, he really likes Wonder Bread. It's good stuff. Anyway. So you got anything else you want to add there, sir?
Yeah, trying to think, man. I don't think anything else has really happened to us over here. Just, the bout with COVID at the first of the year and been working.
Yeah, and if you know of any auto detailers that need a job, send them my way. I'm looking hard, high and low for some good help, and would love to pay them on commission, pay them hourly, whatever it takes. That ad was brought to you by Classic Auto Care.
For all your cleaning needs.
And automotive cleaning and industrial.
Yeah, I didn't want to say all your automotive needs because I made an oil change.
All your aesthetical automotive needs.
There you go.
Man, I sure did have fun talking to Eric and our upcoming guest. It's going to blow you away. It's going to be great stuff from a huge name in the monster truck circles. Oh, I know something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, and this has bothered me for years. So you need to cut some of that other stuff out, and you need to get to this because this is one of those things that has irked me.
Man, you're just adding on to all the shows, man. Adding on to the road rage, adding on to the irked episode.
This is one of those good things. I mean, it's just one of those things it's so overlooked, it's ridiculous. Okay. The sun is a star, right?
Yep.
Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Earth are all planets, right?
Yep.
And there are moons around several planets. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a moon around Jupiter. Oh, I don't remember the name, but they're named. But what great name did we come up with for our moon? Moon. Is that not the biggest oversight in human history? I think we need to start a petition or something because the moon is a moon. It's like the Earth is a planet. That's not like saying the planet is a planet. That's the sun is a star. You're not saying the star is a star. The moon is a moon. We need to name the moon. I don't care if you just turn it around and name it Noom. Got something.
Noom moon.
The Noom moon. It's got to be named something. Maybe I'm wrong. If I've got misinformation and the moon is something else and it's got a real name, please educate me. Because then we need to stop referring to it as the moon. We need to start referring to it as the Noom or whatever name you come up with.
Well, it's our moon. We only have one. So we just call it the moon.
Yeah. But we only have really one sun, but it's still a star. But there's many stars. But this is our sun, our star, and we call it the sun. Make sense? We need to name the dang moon.
I think you ought to run for office and make that your platform.
Name the moon. Name the moon. Let's see. Yeah, I'm coming up with nothing. We need to name the moon Two Likeable Guys.
One likable guy, since it's one moon.
Yeah. If we had two,
the man in the moon.
We could, yes. See, now that we can name the man.
What's his name?
Exactly. Oh, I busted myself up there. But I'm seriously lost sleep, and I'm not happy about the moon not having a name. It's sad. There are places on the moon, the Sea of Tranquility.
Yep.
That have names, but the moon doesn't have a name. That's like us calling humans, "Hey, human." No one does that.
Oh, some people do.
Well, no one. No.
Hey, watch it now.
That's like somebody said, "Hello, Homo sapiens," and they're like, "Whoa, is he really a Homo sapien?"
What?
Homo sapiens. I think it was an episode of Friends or something. There was like Joey didn't know what Homo sapiens were.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember he was talking to Ross, or he's talking about Ross to maybe Chandler, and he said something to the effect of, "Now, if these first men were Homo sapiens, were in fact Homo sapiens, how did they procreate?" Wah, wah, wah. All right, man, that's enough from me. You got everything out you need to get out?
Believe so.
Well, we sure did enjoy it. And remember, if you're scavenger hunt and you find if you see a Two Likeable Guys banner and you're the first one to message us and you live, well, hopefully you would live here. If you see the banner, the Two Likeable Guys banner hanging on, hopefully, my new shop. It's on a public road in a public place.
Within the city limits of Chattanooga.
Yes. It may be close to an edge, but it is within the city limits of Chattanooga. So just let us know. TwoLikeableGuys@gmail.com. Or just check out some of our other great and hilarious, that's pushing it, our other great and thought-provoking entertainment episodes. We've had some really great shows, and we appreciate everybody that listens, and we really hope that you'll be listening to our next episode, because we're going to have a huge guest that's going to be great. It's going to blow your mind, and because it did mine already. And watch out, stay safe, no road rage. Visit TwoLikeableGuys.com. We like you, and we hope you like us too.
Later.